Hello, welcome to my launch. My name's Samantha Ball and I'm an independent consultant with Arbonne. This is basically the launch of my business, so I'm just going to give you a little bit of an overview about why I'm doing it, and then I'm going to pass you over to our Regional Vice President Danny Wells and
Hi!
a little bit more about it. So Arbonne is a health and wellness business, and it's just starting to globalise. It's got a great selection of products, and I've been using these products for the last nearly 2 years now. But it's also got a brilliant income opportunity. So the products go from like nutrition to baby products. They've got sun care ranges, they've got cosmetics, they've got all sorts. But in December 2014, I had a message from Danny's husband, Ian, and he told me about this very exciting business that he was just starting to do. He told me all about it, and to be honest, it just made total sense. And within about an hour, maybe 2 hours maximum, I was signed up, ready to do my own business. So it was as black and white as that for me. I did start my business, and I did start to grow it quite well. But then, unfortunately, due to some quite traumatic family issues, I sort of became a little bit poorly myself, so I had to kind of put it on the back burner for a little while. But 1 year on, and I am now relaunching my business, even though I've been using these wonderful products for nearly 2 years now, and that is where Danny is coming in. So this is going to help me to work part-time as a mental health nurse rather than having to work the crazy hours that I do at the minute. And then this is just going to give me the flexibility so that I can pick up shifts as and when I want to do them. And then hopefully manage to help other people to do the same thing. So Danny is our Regional Vice President and she's going to tell you a little bit more about it.
Okay, thank you so much for that, Sam, and thank you everybody for coming on to Sam's relaunch of her business. This is the first of quite a few over the next coming weeks and months. So a little bit about me. So I actually knew Sam way back when I used to work in a very busy opticians in our little town of Melton Mowbray. I was there for 7 years, and Sam worked across the road in a different industry altogether. That was the joys of, would you say, health and wellness in good old Superdrug?
Yeah, I would. I'd say very similar, but just not quite as good.
And I worked for 7 years at the opticians, and I loved it. And I never had any money. Yeah, I seemed to always be over across the road with Superdrug buying a lipstick or two. I go figure. Anyway, we always, as girls, always seem to make money somewhere for lipstick and a bit of makeup and a bit of hair accessories. And I was probably like replacing those hair grips that just go everywhere all over the house. Anyway, so I was at the opticians for 7 years and I loved it. I worked in ophthalmology and I did really, really enjoy my job and my career. That was like the career of my choice back then. I really did enjoy it. Then things changed when I decided to, well, I didn't decide, she came along. We had a baby. So we had our first child, Farah, who's now 6, and she's absolutely fabulous in every single way. But then things changed because I decided I didn't want to go back to work full time. I did actually want to spend time with Farah and, get to know my child and not have to put her into childcare so that I could go to work. And if I did that, I wouldn't have had any extra money anyway, because like most of us all know on the call, what you pay for childcare usually is equivalent to what you earn in work anyway. So I decided to go back to work part-time. So I went back to work part-time, and then I was the rest of the time with my daughter. And I loved that. That was perfect. Between me and my husband and Farah, we had great incomes coming in from mine and my husband's business and from my job. And then we got to spend half our time with our child, which was great. And when we went on to have a second child, we kind of thought it would be exactly the same. We didn't really foresee anything different. And to be honest as well, I'll tell you what happened in a second, but we didn't have a plan B. And that's something that I'm really passionate about people having now, because I think that everybody should have a plan B before they need a plan B, because you never know when your parents are going to fall ill, your spouse, your child, or you're going to fall down the stairs and break your back. You never know if something is around the corner that sees your primary source of income from your household gone in a flash. And I know that when somebody said to me, if your primary source of income was to go, how long could you survive on your savings? And I said, what savings? I don't have any savings. This was obviously pre doing this business. So I'm really, really passionate about people having a plan B. You need to have a plan B before you need a plan B. So anyway, we had our second daughter, and she was actually born with quite a lot of medical complications. And I'm not shy about saying what happened. I would normally say, but because it's the early afternoon, she's running around, so I don't really want to say while she's running around. But if anyone wants to ask me more, then I'm quite happy to share that. I just don't want to say while she's listening. So she had a lot of medical complications that meant that she needed to spend a lot of time in hospital. So because of that, I decided to give up my career to be her full-time carer, so that she would never ever have to be in hospital without her mum by her side. And I was happy to do that. The only downside to doing that was I then waved goodbye to my income from the opticians. I didn't have a plan B in place. My income was gone. So we were solely relying on my husband's income. And then thank goodness that in this country we are given benefits. I was then given £60 a week in carers allowance, which, yes, it barely paid for petrol taking us back into the hospital, but it was something that I'm very grateful for. However, without having a plan B in place, we got ourselves into financial ruin. So from trying to pay our bills, we just couldn't keep on top of things. So I was searching for something that was going to bring in a couple of £1,000 a month that I could do part-time. It needed to be online because I could not be away from my child when she was in and out of hospital, and I never knew when she was going to be in that hospital. So I knew it had to be online, and it had to be something that I could learn from scratch. No skills, I needed to learn from scratch. So I looked at loads of different things, and the only thing that ticked every box for me was Arbonne. And I'm going to spend the next 10 minutes going through why the information about Arbonne ticked every box for me. And Sam, if there's anything you want to jump in at any point, please do.
Thanks.
Okay, so I have got a little presentation, but by no means is it death by PowerPoint. It is a really simple, just a few slides. And the reason why we have a presentation form is because, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm quite passionate about an Arbonne business. Not because of Arbonne, although I do love Arbonne. I'm passionate about an Arbonne business because I genuinely believe that everybody should have a plan B. I have seen thousands of people that I've either personally known or people that I've known who have known that have had the unpredictable happen to them in their life. You know, cancer is a massive thing these days. And I've seen so many families struck by cancer that they've needed to have some sort of plan B to financially support them. So I'm really, really passionate about people having some sort of plan B income. Whether it's Arbonne or not, you still need to have a plan B income. So anyway, I can talk and talk and talk about this topic and about Arbonne. So I have these slides to keep me on point, to stop me drifting off and talking about loads of other different things that aren't really relevant. So anyway, Arbonne. So for everybody on the call that has probably never heard of Arbonne, and they're thinking, what is it that Sam has got herself involved with? She's working really hard as a nurse. She's trained really hard as a nurse. She's marrying Matt. She wants to start a family in the future. Why is she adding something else onto her plate? So the reason why is because this company Arbonne is so much more than an extra income stream, so much more. Basically, the founder of this company, Petter Mørch, was so passionate about people and households having access to clean, safe, toxic-free products. Now, most households on our planet now have lots of toxins in their households, and this is why we are fueling disease in our body. We've only got to look around at our networks at people that are ill and suffering with like fibromyalgia, obviously cancer, lupus, ME, MS. They're on the rise, and we've only got to look at some of the reasons why, or some of the contributing factors are because of our health these days, in terms of what we're eating, what we're drinking, what we're putting on our body, the pollution, all of these things that are around us. So if we can try and minimize some of these toxins, then brilliant. And that is what Petter Mørch wanted to do. He wanted to completely get rid of all of the toxins that people use in their personal care products. So hair care, when you're having a shower, when you're washing your hands at the sink, brushing your teeth, deodorant, nutrition, vitamins. So that whole sector of things that everybody is involved with, he wanted to minimize all of the toxins in these products. Now, you're probably thinking, well, that sounds like a great idea, but to buy products that don't have all of these nasties, surely they're going to cost extremely huge amounts of money. Now, you would be correct in your thinking if you were buying these types of products from a shop, okay? Now, when you buy these types of high-end quality products from a shop, the shop has to pay for its overheads. It has to pay for the celebrity to endorse that product. It has to pay for marketing. It has to pay for all of these different things in the middle. So that makes the product in the shop inaffordable to us, the consumers, because it obviously has to go up in price. So that is what Peter Mork didn't want. He wanted great products, but were affordable to the masses, like me, like Sam, like all of you guys. So what he decided to do was allow his products to be sold through a network marketing business, which is what Sam does, which is what I do, which is what thousands and thousands and thousands of other people do. And all that means, I kind of wish it wasn't called a network marketing business, because I wish they'd changed the name to word of mouth referral, because all it is referrals by people like myself and like Sam that like to give honest recommendations. Now, has anyone here ever been out for a meal, gone to a restaurant and absolutely loved it? Sam, tell me your favourite restaurant, the restaurant that you absolutely love, that you think that I should go to.
I think used to be the Golden Fleece in South Croxton. But
I love it there.
But cheap and cheerful, Chiquitos. You cannot go wrong with Chiquitos.
Yeah, you're so right. They got the little like mini dishes now, like 3 for £18 or something like that. They're really nice. So let's say that Sam tells me about Chiquitos and I listen to her honest recommendation. She's not trying to convince me. She's not trying to sell it to me. She's just genuinely saying, Danny, I've been to Chiquitos. It's really nice. I think you and the family will love it. So let's say that I take myself and my husband and my 2 children, so that's the 4 of us, to Chiquitos, and I spend £50 in Chiquitos till. And they say, Danny, how did you hear about us? And I say, Sam Ball told me, from Hucknall in Nottingham. Do you know her? Now, let's say they then phone Sam up and they say, Sam, because of your honest word of mouth recommendation, we've got an extra £50 in our till tonight. I'm going to send you a 10% thank you paycheck. So all Sam has done is advertise Chiquitos, the company, for free to me on an honest recommendation, something that she would have done anyway. And that is how Arbonne works. So when people have an Arbonne business, we're not salespeople, absolutely not. What we are is people that love to help others. We are people that love to give honest word of mouth recommendations. The only great thing about it, the added great thing about it, is Arbonne pay us to do that. And a lot of other companies don't pay you to do that. So that's kind of how Arbonne works in a nutshell. Okay, so a little tiny bit about the products. So the products are vegan certified. So for anybody on the call right now that is really conscious of products, that you don't want products that have been tested on an animal, you don't want products that have got animal byproducts in, you want products that are free from gluten, free from dairy, free from the nasties, free from whey, all of these different things that our bodies can't process and we don't want to put in and on our bodies. Products in Sam's business, the products on Sam's online shop are completely free of all of these nasties. We are only made with plant-based formulations. So what you are getting is amazing, extraordinary value for your money. Products that are absolutely sensational. And to be honest, I'm sure Sam will agree, they last so much longer, don't they?
Oh, so much so. Do you know what? I had my eye cream that I just swear by. So because I do night shifts, my eye cream is like the best thing in the world. It stops me from getting bags under my eyes. But literally that's lasted me a whole year, and it's a tiny little tub. It's nothing big, but it's literally lasted me the whole year because you don't need a lot at all.
Yeah, you're so right. Our products, they're not watered down at all. Like a lot of products in shops are watered down to try and squeeze every ounce of profit out of them. And I'll just give you an example. I used to love, I won't say the brand, but I used to love a brand beginning with M. And it's got 3 letters in it and it does cosmetics. Before I started using Arbonne, I was obsessed. And when somebody told me that Arbonne does makeup, I was like, oh, great, it's never going to be as good as what I'm used to, because I'm using the best, darling, don't you know? And I found out because there's the lady that works really high up in that company that actually has an Arbonne business, and she says that a £27 bottle of foundation from that company costs 3 pence to make. I was like, oh my gosh. So people are paying £27 for a foundation and it costs 3 pence to make. And you're probably thinking, well, where does the rest of the money go? It goes on the process of getting it from where it's made to your hands, because you're paying for a celebrity endorsement, you're paying for the Debenhams shop, you're paying for the counter, you're paying for all these different things in the middle, and then there's the profit from it. So Arbonne do not want that to happen at all. We're about people, not about profit. So when you buy Arbonne products, you're getting 100% of ingredients. You're not getting 3% of ingredients, 97% watered down in water or mineral oil, which is basically just a byproduct of petrol. You do not want mineral oil anywhere near your skin. if nothing else, if you're watching Sam's business launch now and you absolutely love what Sam's doing, but it's not a fit for you, if nothing else, go into your bathroom and check the ingredients on the back of your product, send a photograph to Sam or to myself and we can tell you what they all are, because we get to learn how to label read with this company. If you have anything that's got mineral oil in, chuck it away. It is one of the worst things. It's the second most harmful thing you can do to your skin after the sun. It is horrendous. And that is where a lot of people have skin irritations from, and prickly heat and lots of like just skin problems. So chuck it away. You don't want a mineral oil anywhere near you. Okay, so if you're looking at this and thinking, okay, Sam, okay, sounds good, but is it great from a business perspective? Well, I can answer that with this slide alone, of course, because the products are consumable. So if Sam's working, say, 5 to 10 hours a week, using her own Arbonne products and then telling other people what she thinks, her own review, her own opinion, the great thing about these products is when somebody says, Sam, I want to use the same shampoo that you're using, or Sam, I want to use that mascara that you're using, or whatever it is that they're interested in, when they then purchase that product from Sam's shop, which is online, then when it runs out, they are going to want to use the exact same product again, because once you've used Arbonne products, because they're such high quality, you can't go back to anything else. It's just not the same. So they're going to want to buy the exact same product again 6 months down the line. So what they're going to do is go back onto the website, so Sam's online shop, like you would if you're doing any online shopping. So you go back into the website and then they put into their shopping basket their mascara, their shampoo, their nutrition, their protein shake, their skincare, whatever it is they want to buy. And then they pay on the website. So Sam doesn't deal with any money at all. To be honest, I'm quite glad, because I don't know how that would work. I don't know how that would go down, Sam dealing with money. Probably would never see your product again. So she doesn't take any payments. That person shops online and it gets delivered straight to their door from a DPD service. So Sam doesn't deal with any money and any delivery, which is really great for everybody on the call that wants to try these products but isn't quite sure if Sam's going to get them to them or not. Well, she doesn't deal with that, so you're safe.
Plus, I don't know where I'd store them, to be honest. I've got no room to store anything.
Yeah, and that as well. So when that person then reorders their product, Sam's going to get paid a percentage of that every single time they reorder. Now, the best way that I can describe this is it's like royalty payments. So if you've ever featured in a film, you would already know that every time that film is shown on TV or at the cinema or mentioned, you're going to get a royalty payment check from that. So you might get a 600, 700, 800 pound check every single time that film is shown, because you played a tiny part in the background work that you did once. But every time that every time it appears, you're going to get paid a paycheck, a royalty paycheck. And that's similar to writing a book or making a CD. You do the work once, but you get royalty payments on that forever. And it's usually given to your children and their children's children and passed on to generations. It's usually willable. That's the same as this business. So if Sam recommends something once, so let's say she recommends the protein shake to somebody, they absolutely love it. They love using a protein shake that doesn't give them IBS or make them feel uncomfortable or make them smelly. They're then going to reorder it every month because they love it. Sam's going to get paid on that every single time it's ordered for the rest of her life. So if you're looking at building royalty type income, or otherwise known as passive income or residual income, this is a great way to do it if you're unable to write a book, make a song, or feature in a film, which I'm like, I can't do any of them. So this is a great way for me to build up several £1,000s every single month of royalty type passive income from this business, which is great because you recommend it once, somebody loves the products, they go back online again and again and again to do their online shopping, and then you're paid on that recommendation that you might have done 10 years ago, but you're still being paid on that recommendation. Does that make sense, Sam?
Yeah, that makes total sense. And I think that's a really good thing about it as well, because all you're doing at the end of the day is telling more and more people about what it is that you use. So that one person that's using the same thing over and over again becomes 5 people, which becomes 10 people, which then just keeps on growing. And I think that's the sort of power behind this business, really.
Yeah, you're so right. Absolutely spot on. So Arbonne has been around for 36 years, like I said. But in the beginning, Peter Mork, the founder, didn't want his company to be in every single country to begin with. What he wanted to do was to find their feet in the first country, which was the United States of America. So although this is a Swiss company, the first country that we actually embarked on was the USA, mainly because they're much more advanced in terms of technology and network marketing. Then once everything was working out smoothly there and everything had gone great, he then launched into Canada, which was the second country. And again, that's been phenomenally successful in the USA and Canada. So then 10 years ago, they decided to launch into English-speaking countries of Australia and the United Kingdom. So that was 10 years ago. And again, it's been incredibly successful here, although we're not quite a household name yet, because we're still, I think only 0.01% of people in the United Kingdom have heard of Arbonne, but the people that have would say that they would never ever use anything else. So you can see how it's starting to grow. Now, we launched into our first non-English speaking country last year, which was Poland. And then this year we launched into New Zealand, and we're heading into Taiwan in November. Now, this is a map. Now, all of the green countries is where Arbonne currently is marketed. All of the blue countries is where we're going. So if you're looking at this from a business point of view, thinking, hang on, I work 40 hours a week, really hard. I've got a family, and I would love to be able to travel. I'd love to be able to have more free time. I'd love to be able to have more income. This is the perfect business to do alongside your busy life, because you're not doing anything else differently to what you're currently doing. You just swap the brand that's in your shower, and then you tell people what you think. It's as simple as that. Nobody needs to do anything more than what they already know how to do, which is shower. I mean, if you're not showering, you might have a problem, but I'm hoping that most people shower and are honest and helpful to telling other people about what you think. That's all you kind of need to know. So coming to the end, all we need to do in this business is stop, start, share. It's as simple as that. So we stop buying skincare and nutrition products from the retail stores and paying their overheads. We stop giving our money to stores who will not pay us a commission. So that's simple, right? We're like, yeah, I can do that. So I was like, tick, yeah. Number 2, we start enjoying the benefits of Arbonne products. So already, every time I share this presentation with people, even people that say, the business sounds great, but for me, it isn't going to work right now, but maybe down the line. However, I need to get my hands on these Arbonne products. I absolutely love to look and feel fantastic. How do I get the Arbonne products? So if you're like that, I'll touch on in a moment how you can actually just get your hands on the Arbonne products without building a business, so being paid to recommend. So that's step number 2. And then we start enjoying superior products at a discount from our own Arbonne business. So Sam's got her own business, I have my own business, and we buy our products at cost. And then we start getting paid when other people listen to our opinion and decide, yes, I would like to try that as well. There's a full 6-week money back guarantee on everything. So they say, of course I want to try it. I've got that backup. I've got the 6-week money back guarantee. Show me how to buy the products. And then we get paid a percentage on that. So then to end, we just share with others how to do the same. We share with people how to buy better, healthier, safer products. And we share with people how to order online and have products safely delivered to their door. So it starts with you. So when I started my business, it was just me. I had no customers, I had no clients, and I had no team. It was just me on my own. But I understood that this wasn't the type of business that you start and then the next day you wake up a millionaire. I knew it was going to take work. So it started off as me, and I started using the products myself, because of course, if I was going to recommend things to other people, I wanted to be genuine and have that authenticity. I wanted to be using products. And then quite quickly, people started to say to me, Danny, what are you using on your skin? Because it's looking great. And Danny, how have you lost so much weight? And Danny, what are you doing that's making you so happy at the minute? So I would then say to them, well, I've started my own business with Arbonne. It's very part-time. I get to use these great products, and I get to tell people what I think about them. Everybody was saying, oh my gosh, I need to get my hands on either the products, or I need to hear more about the business. And then what happens is people then start to join you either as a client, or they want to join you as a business builder. They want to have their own business where they're going to get paid. So you start to grow your network. It naturally starts to grow. So for me, I introduced 5 people to the concept of Arbonne. that wanted to do this as a business, and then they went on to do the same, and they went on to do the same, and quite quickly my network was near 1,000 people throughout the whole of the markets that we're in around the globe. I didn't know all of them, of course I didn't, but I was being paid a percentage from all of that turnover. So if anybody is really savvy business wise, and again going back to that plan B, if you're busy, this is a great business to add in alongside. Just 1 minute, girls, thank you. Okay, right, so the last couple of slides. So there's only 4 levels of working through this business. So everybody starts at the same place. So that's the great thing about this. And then we get to level 1. So level 1 is called a district manager. Now, the names are just American names. And it doesn't mean you're a manager. It doesn't mean you have a district or anything like that. It's just the name. So just think of it as level 1. Now, you get promoted to level 1 based on turnover through your business. So basically, between you and all of your clients, all of your customers, and if there's anybody in your team as well, add that all together, all of the product turnover. When it reaches $2,500 a month of product turnover, you're promoted to level 1, district manager. Now, my average district manager paycheck was between £500 and £1,000 a month, and it took me 4 months to reach that level. So just have a think for a second. What would an extra £500 a month dropping into your bank account look like for you? Because everybody's going to be different for that. So £500 a month into your bank account, would that make a difference to you? Now, for us, that made an enormous difference because my husband was working 7 days a week when I started my Arbonne business. So I was solely in charge of the children. I spent most of my time in hospital. So for us, it meant that my husband could drop 2 days a week to spend more time with his family. Now, that for us was life-changing, which probably to some people might sound crazy. They'd think £500 a month, life-changing. Well, it was for us because it meant time together as a family, which we didn't have. So if you know anybody and you think, gosh, £500 a month would make a really big difference to them and their lifestyle, you absolutely need to introduce them to Sam so that she can explain this business to them and they can decide for themselves if an extra £500 a month is really going to be worth them swapping brands and then being paid to tell people what they think. It's as simple as that. So somebody said to me, Danny, if you were paid to use a different shampoo, would you use it? And I said, of course. That's basically Arbonne. So level 2 is an area manager. Once your business is turning over $10,000 a month, then you're an area manager. Now, my average income was about £2,000 to £2,500 a month, and it took me 6 months to become an area manager. So have a think, what would £2,000 a month coming into your bank account every single month look like to you? That's an extra £24,000 a year. So what would that look like to you? Now, another great thing is that's willable. So if anything was to happen to you or your family or anything at all, then that money is still given to you every single, given to your children or your spouse or whoever you leave it to. So let's say that Sam was to pass away. I hope you don't, Sam, but let's say Sam was, Matt would receive that £2,000 every single month forever, and then if they have children, that would be then given to them, and that is an asset that is passed on from generation to generation. So that for me, I was at that, I heard that and I said, I don't need to hear anymore, I'm in. I was like, I need to build this because what I'm currently doing isn't currently going to financially support my family long past my death. So I was straight in because it was a willable business, and I'd never heard of anything else that was willable like what this is. But I will go on. So level 3 is a regional vice president. So this is where I currently am now. It took me 11 months to reach level 3. And my average income was between £5,000 and £10,000 a month, because you've got to think you are earning a percentage of all of that turnover through your business. Because when I first heard this, I thought there's no way that people earn £10,000 a month. It just doesn't happen. But now I'm at that point, I'm like, it honestly does happen. And I understand why it does now, because you are earning a percentage. So imagine somebody said to you 20 years ago, if you invest in Amazon now for however much money, you're going to earn 1% from the turnover from Amazon for the rest of your life. Now, to begin with, that wouldn't be a lot of money because Amazon would just launched. It wouldn't have been turning over a lot. But can you imagine only 1% from Amazon now? Like, oh my gosh, I can't even begin to imagine. And that's what it's like with Arbonne. It starts off as just you, but as it grows and grows and grows, the percentage of what you're earning is a phenomenal monthly paycheck. So what would, say, £5,000 a month look like for you? Every single month, £5,000 a month, because you're at level 3. What would that look like for you? So for us, it meant that I could come home to my husband 11 months in and say, Ian, you can retire. He wasn't even 30 years old. And I said, you can retire from your job. And do you know what? He did, but he actually then went on to start his own business with Arbonne because he saw how great it was. He kind of thought it was just for girls in the beginning. He thought it was just a little business. He soon changed his mind when he saw how much I was earning with how little amount of hours I was doing compared to him. And he started his own business. And he's gone on to pursue a lot of bigger and better things now because financially he's not tied into a job anymore. We have the luxury of deciding what we want to do, when we want to do it, because we spent 11 months building this business. So that's level 3. And another thing as well is you're given an extra cash bonus every single month at level 3 to buy or lease a white Mercedes of your choice. You choose whatever white Mercedes you want. It has to be white and it has to be a Mercedes and it has to be brand new, and you update it every couple of years, and Arbonne will cover the cost of that. Okay, last but definitely not least, level 4 is a national vice president. So at this level, your average income is between £15,000 and £20,000 a month. And the best bit about this, because I asked this, I said, well, what's the limit? What's the cap? The best bit is there's no limit, there's no cap. So again, going back to earning a percentage from Amazon turnover, imagine if that happened and they said, but once you get to £10,000 a month, you're capped. Imagine then if they didn't cap you. If they said you're going to earn 1% from Amazon turnover, no cap, ever. That's like this. There is never a cap on how much you can earn. And the best bit about it is I'm at level 3. Now, Sam might decide that she wants to really, really invest a lot of her time into building her business very quickly because it is all time and effort based. She might decide she's going to absolutely go full throttle and within the next couple of months become a national vice president. She can overtake me and she can earn a bigger paycheck than me, even though I started my business before her. Is absolutely room for everybody to overtake people, to earn bigger paychecks than the person that introduced them, and there's room for everybody to become a national vice president as well. So it's not like I'm a national vice president, Sam can't be that. That's not the case at all. So I can become a national vice president, Sam can, and anybody else that she introduces as well. And one last thing I will say on this as well is if you know anybody that likes to travel, Arbonne put on about 4 or 5 trips a year that you can earn simply by helping other people. If you help other people with their shopping, with their health and wellness, with things that they want and they need, then you are working towards earning trips and holidays. So I've already been on a Caribbean cruise with Arbonne. I've been to Arizona twice, Las Vegas twice, and in I think 2 weeks we're going to the Bahamas and Disney World. So if you know anyone that likes to travel, but they're just not able to afford to because they're tied into a cap on how much they can earn with their job, this is a great business to do on the side of that. So this is the last slide before I hand it back to Sam. So where do you see yourself? Because I'm sure you're probably now thinking, well, how can I support Sam? This is a great business for her and Matt. I can see that this is going to be so massive. I can see that Sam's going to be so successful at this. So how can I support her? So there are 3 ways that you can support Sam. Girls. Sorry. There are 3 ways you can support Sam. So number 1, you can host an event for Sam. So you can get together 3 or 4 people in your front room or around the kitchen table, and Sam and I will come along. You'll get a free product for hosting, and you'll get a really great discount on the night of your event, or if it's a morning, if it's a coffee and cake morning, then that. And what we'll do is we'll tailor the event to you and your guests. So whether that's a makeup and margaritas party, whether it's a healthy happy hour with nutrition, whether it's a skincare consultation event, Christmas products, whatever it is that's going to be most suitable for you and your guests, we can tailor that, bring the products along with us. We'll do some really fun games and pass on some really great information. And thanking you, you will get a free product. Okay, so number 2, the second way you can support Sam in her business is if you already shower and wash your face and wash your hair and like to take vitamins and look after yourself, you can decide to stop buying your products. Girls! You can decide to stop buying your products from the shops and now buy them from Sam's business. And you can actually receive up to wholesale discounts from buying products from Sam's online shop. That everything has a 6-week full money back guarantee, so you can try lots of things as well. And lots of products Sam actually has, so you can actually try some things before you buy as well, which is great. And you're going to get to use products that are pure, safe and beneficial, that are going to free you of all the toxins, of all the nasties. And this is most important for what most people, this is what most people contact me about. They want to free themselves of all these nasty products. So that's the second way. Lastly, the third way that you can support Sam with her business is if you've listened to this, and we're very grateful for your time, if you've listened to this and thought, Sam, this sounds unbelievable. I definitely want to be building a secondary income. I definitely need to be building a plan B because I currently don't have one. And I want to do something that is part-time and a lot of fun, which Arbonne is. It is a lot of fun. The cost to start your own business is £56. So I'm just going to show you what you get for that £56. You pay that once. Can you see this, Sam?
Yeah.
Girls, stop a minute. So I know one says $79 and one's Australian dollars. So what you get for that £56 is a home office staff. So 300 staff at the home office in Irvine, California, which anybody that's listening to this that's already got a business will know how expensive it is to pay for staff. So you already get that included. You get our mad scientist, Dr. Peter Matravers, who is world renowned for making patented technology. He's absolutely incredible. So to have to pay for him in your business would be unbelievable. That's included. Number 3, you get a shipping team and a warehouse. So going back to me saying what Sam doesn't do. Sam doesn't take any money and Sam doesn't deliver, but we have a shipping team and warehouse. So that's all included in your business. We have a marketing department. So they put together all of the stunning brochures. They put together the gorgeous packaging, the tools, the catalogs, and the social medias. They design it all. You don't have to pay for that. That's done. We get a free global website. So already your website is already done for you. The only thing you have to do is add your photograph to it, and then the rest of it is done for you. And anybody, again, who's ever had to pay for a website will know how much that costs. So for your £56, you get that included. You get a legal team. Again, anybody that's got a business will know how expensive it is to have a legal team. And if you're marketing your business across the world, especially in the USA, every single state has different legislation and different regulations. Can you imagine how difficult that would be to have a business and have to know all of those different things and employ a legal team? Well, that's done for us. And then we also have a team that works together to guide you. So you've got myself, you've got Sam, and you've got a whole team of people that are there to support you in being successful with your business. And lastly, number 8, for your £56, you get supplies to get you started. So a 10-pack of catalogue and 10 packs of samples. So I'm just going to hand it back to the gorgeous Sam, who's going to end the call. But from me, thank you so much for listening. I'm very grateful, and I'm really sorry about my kids running around. This is just proof that you build this business around your hectic life. So thank you, Sam. I'll pass it back to you.
No, I just want to say a massive thank you. And actually, I'm really pleased that is the case, that you've had the girls in the background, because this really is a business you build from your front lounge. You know, you sat there, you've got your girls there. That is what this business is all about. You know, and I just wanted to touch really briefly on the sort of the two different sides of it. So with regards to the business, I mean, as I said before, it's very black and white for me. You know, it is a solid business model. If it's something that, you know, say for me personally, Matt and I, as you know, Danny's mentioned, we are engaged. We are looking at getting married in the next couple of years. Well, after that actually comes kids. So, you know, this is the time for me now to start building that business. So I have got that income when then we've got children. You know, I don't want to be working 60 hours a week when, you know, we've got kids and that. So now I feel very privileged. I've actually got the time to start building it now before we've even got children. You know, and the second point I was just going to make was with regards to the products. I genuinely love these products. That is why, even when I have not been building this business, I've still been using them every month, because, you know, they really are everything that they're made out to be.
They're gorgeous, aren't they?
Oh, they're just so nice. And without some of them, I just don't know what I'd do anymore, to be honest. And you know, and the sort of the different things that you can get is just, it's just mental. It's brilliant. So yeah, like Danny, very passionate about this, and you know, I just want to say a massive thank you as well, because it is Danny's anniversary today, so she's taken some time out of her evening to do this for me. So I really appreciate your support, Danny. Thank you very much.
You are so welcome. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming on.
Cheers. See you later.
Bye.